I'm Barry Tramel, and I think I know which is the real Oklahoma State football team. Week 1 or week 2? I say week 2.
I'm going to go with week 2 as well. From the Opubco studios in Oklahoma City, you're watching the Press Row. I'm Jenni Carlson. Barry, I did not have a chance to really watch much of week 1, but I was there for week 2, and I don't know if Oklahoma State's going to commit the number of penalties they committed on Saturday or turn the ball over as much as they did for every game from here on out. But I think that close game was a lot more representative of what we're going to see at Oklahoma State this year.
Yeah, I think, and when I say week 2, I'm not necessarily saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying I think it's going to be a wild season. If you look at what Dana Holgorsen used to do with Mike Leach in Lubbock, down at Houston with Kevin Sumlin, they played wild games. It was shootouts every Saturday night at the OK Corral. And I think that's what you're going to get in Stillwater. Now, Washington State was so bad that they couldn't put up a fight. But Cowboys, Saturday night against Carlson. Then they have A&M. Then they go to the Cajun country against Lafayette. One game after another is going to be intrigue. Cowboys are going to win their share. They're going to lose a few. But it's always going to be interesting. You don't want to blink your eyes on Oklahoma State football this season.
Even when they're taking a knee, it's exciting. I mean, these guys, there's no shortage of interest out there with what's going on when they're on the field. Barry, I think it is going to be a really interesting season because I think they've got a defense that is just good enough that they're going to allow some points, but they're also going to make some stops every now and again. And clearly this offense is going to score points. I mean, they continued to rack them up on Saturday against Troy. And Troy's not a bad team either. I think the way that Oklahoma State played maybe wasn't to the perfection of Washington State, but they're not going to play anybody as bad as Washington State again. That Washington State team, awful. Really, really awful.
Well, they are, and I tell you, OSU did not play well. You should beat Troy worse than 3 points. You shouldn't go to the wire with Troy. On the other hand, Troy is a decent team. Troy is a sort of a moderate team in the Big 12. They wouldn't be the worst team in the Big 12. You gotta play decently to beat them. And here's the thing about Oklahoma State: Brandon Weeden. For all the hype, for all as much as we love him, charming guy, great story, big arm, he's still an inexperienced quarterback. He still went 9 years between starts, and he's made 2. He's going to have some bad games. When you throw it around 50, 60 times, sometimes the other team's going to get it. So I think Oklahoma State's going to have to live with some of those mistakes. But it's going to be fun because you're going to see Justin Blackman make big plays. You're going to see Kendall Hunter run wild. You're going to see the Cowboys pile up the points. It's fun football. If you're a season ticket holder at OSU, welcome to the show. This is good, fun stuff. You're getting entertaining games. You're getting wild football. And sometimes you get late game dramatics. You can't ask for a whole lot more.
Yeah, it really, I think that people did get their money's worth on Saturday night, and I think there's going to be a lot more times when that's the case. Is it going to be frustrating sometimes? Absolutely. There'll be times when I think Cowboy fans will be frustrated that their team's not maybe winning by more or maybe not clicking as they think they should. I think those close games are going to be a little bit maddening, but I think at the same time, if you look for exciting games, if you're not into 40 and 50-point blowouts, which some fans are, I get that. But if you want to watch a good, fun football game, I think most Saturdays are going to be that way for Oklahoma State. I think they're going to be in pretty much every game they play. May get blown out a couple times, but I don't see that happening a whole lot. And that's the type of offense that they have. And frankly, Barry, I think it's the type of defense that they're starting to have. They're really starting to see some guys emerge defensively. I think it's going to be really fun to see just what type of games they're in the rest of the year. I stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.